Hi, my name is called BR and let's start with... Amnesia, the bunker. If you played Alien Isolation, then you know the drill here. There is a monster and it's chasing you. The bunker is a way smaller game than Alien Isolation, but it dwells on the same idea of an elusive monster inhabiting the same place as you. And if in Alien Isolation you found yourself in a giant space station, here you are trapped in a cramped underground tunnel net under the battlefield of the First World War. Don't forget that creators of Amnesia frictional games were the pioneers of horror games without weapons. Remember Penumbra? Yeah, that was a gem. So I have no doubt that developers of Alien Isolation took inspiration from the frictional games while creating their weaponless xenomorph game. And now frictional games took inspiration from Alien Isolation's monster, and the circle has closed. The game is really fun, although after seeing the monster a few times it becomes less scary. So it becomes really playable by various pussies like us. It's a wonderful survival game, and if you like the concept, you are up for a treat. Little Nightmares 2. You'll return to a world of charming horror, a suspense-adventure game in which you play as Mono, a young boy trapped in a world that has been distorted by the humming transmission in the distance. With a girl in the yellow raincoat as your guide, you set out to discover the dark secrets of the signal tower. Your journey won't be easy. You will face a host of terrible threats from the horrific residents of this world. So check the status of your mental balls, the hardness, the texture, and dive into the world of horrors and quirkiness. This game is weird, to say the least, but it is one of the best side-scroller games you will ever play. I can guarantee you that. Sniper Elite 4. You will discover a sniping freedom, experience tactical third-person combat, gameplay choice, and epic long shots across huge levels as you liberate wartime Italy from the grip of fascism. I guess those fascists you sent to the eternal gardens of Mussolinium are not so keen to be liberated and would want to crack your skull instead. So it won't be an easy jog in a park, rather a fun, intense sniping party. The plot is set across the beautiful Italian peninsula, from sun-drenched Mediterranean coastal towns to ancient forests, mountain valleys, and colossal Nazi megastructures. People are saying that the game is extremely satisfying and you can even shoot another sniper through his scope. A legendary shot, and I have no doubt that you will get an achievement for this. Overall, you will find 85 achievements here, and collecting them in this game is very fun. Shadow Tactics: Aiko's Choice. The game is a standalone expansion of the Shadow Tactics franchise, meaning that you are not required to have the main game to play it, and that Aiko's Choice is a full game with no strings attached. It is set in Japan around the early Edo period. Aiko's Choice is a stealth strategy where the main protagonist is a master of camouflage and distracts enemies disguised as a geisha. But it's not the only character you will be able to control. An agile ninja, mighty samurai, young thief, wise marksman, and perverted penis doctor joins your cause as well. Well, maybe not the latter, but you never know who is gonna jump to your aid unexpectedly. Styx, Master of Shadows. This is an infiltration game with RPG elements, taking place in a dark fantasy universe where you sneak, steal, and assassinate your way through as Styx, 200 years old goblin. Here you will be completing various missions and at the same time avoiding detection. Sneak in the shadows, assassinate your targets in close combat, or, you know, orchestrate accidents. RPG mechanics let you unlock new powerful skills, impressive special moves, and optimized equipment that will grant you spectacular powers such as invisibility, which is not meant for any creepy activities you just had in mind. You can also buy second part of the game. It is discounted as well, just be careful don't acquire the collection bundle that includes a DLC. You see, that DLC is just a weapon and an outfit, nothing more. Also, it's not cosmetics only. These items are quite powerful, so in a way it's a pay-to-win DLC. That is a blasphemy beyond any words. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Japan was always, and even now is, some alien-like land where the customs and traditions are vastly different from the rest of the civilized world. Most of the advanced cultures had a period where we hacked and slashed each other with swords, but Japan took that to another level, with their cool code of honor and impressive one-on-one samurai battles, and even ritual suicides that make zero sense for the rest of the world. But hey, they are very cool, no doubt. So here you'll be hacking and slashing everyone as this awesome black warrior dude, or as a cool Japanese lady ninja, and show these puny shoguns who the real boss in Japan is. And it's you, my friend. You are big in Japan. You are the best, never doubt that. now subscribe. This praise isn't free. People on Steam are saying that the environments here are beyond awesome. Hacking and slashing feels nice, but if you have played recent Assassin's Creed games, you won't find anything really refreshing. You know, developers use that do not fix what is not broken formula, and it worked. Only actually bad thing is, it's Ubisoft's game and nobody loves them because of their buggy launcher, DRMs and other shenanigans no normal company ever does. Dishonored: Death of the Outsider. Here you are, a supernatural assassin with one important mission. You have to kill a godlike figure called the Outsider. As you can imagine, killing someone who is actually godlike is not an easy job, even for a supernatural assassin. You'll have to journey deep into the underbelly of the city, where you will unravel some of the lost secrets. Along the way, you will infiltrate underground fight clubs and black magic cults, and then retrieve... Yeah, the rest of the game's description is plain spoilers on Steam, avoid reading it. Anyway, as you hunt down the Outsider, you will face off against a new cast of enemies along the way. Armed with your weapons, gadgets and abilities, you will have to take down deadly foes by accepting contracts to find and eliminate optional targets throughout your mission. So you are an actual hitman here, well, hitwoman more accurately, and the game has a very positive review score on Steam, so it's obviously not a bad game. Serial Cleaner. Have you ever wanted to clean a crime scene? Yeah, I thought so, I'm not so eager as well. But this game lets us dive into this grim and, by the way, very well paid job. Maybe after playing you will reconsider your career choices. By the way, it's not some official job. Oh no, you work for the Mafia and clean crime scenes for them. See, I said that this job is well paid. A good cleaner never gets caught, so you have to make sure you get in, clean up and get out without leaving a trace of evidence for the police to find. The game features a funky 70s inspired soundtrack, real-world data to modify levels according to the current time of day in your whereabouts, full story campaign and even challenge modes. People on Steam are saying that this is simple and chill game with very unique style, although be prepared to rage a little when you will get caught right before finishing the mission. Alien Isolation. Here you are all alone in a giant space station and a xenomorph is hunting you. You have no guns, you are the prey, but despite the fact that you are a woman, your balls are way bigger than some men have, definitely bigger than mine. So you are being hunted by a creature of nightmares, smart, stealthy and built to kill. Sometimes it can take an hour without an encounter, sometimes you can feel it creeping upon you in the vents, sometimes you can hear it, and sometimes you just die because a xenomorph is not some usual monster. It's terrifying. Really terrifying. The feeling when you see him launching at you from a distance will put your heart into your heels. It looks and moves in a way which somehow invokes the primal fear in your brain. To play this game you will have to have huge and hairy mental balls, because with time you may get used to the alien, you may get used to hiding and even to jump scares, but when the game guides you to the alien nest, and it's the only way to go, you will only wish that you had not 2 balls, but at least 4, or more likely 7. Yeah, 7 is good number. Hitman: World of Assassination. This is probably the best Hitman experience possible nowadays. Here you'll visit more than 20 different locations, unlock new gear, travel a living and breathing world filled with intriguing characters and lethal opportunities. With this bundle you will get Hitman 3 game, with 6 DLCs, VR mode and access to all Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 missions. People on Steam are saying that this is an amazing experience, very sandboxish and will provide many hours of fun, although it has one big flaw. You know, every witness asked about
"Have you seen anything strange?"
will tell you about a tall, bald man with a barcode tattoo. Most of the time the tattoo is visible for everyone. It's really dumb. Honestly, have you seen anything stranger this week? If yes, share in the comments. Spill your tea. Plague Tale Requiem. After escaping your devastated homeland, you will travel far south to new regions and various forsaken cities. There you attempt to start a new life and control Hugo's curse. Yeah, the kid is cursed, but you, instead of dropping him into the ocean and forgetting which ocean it was, you travel with him. You know, no Hugo, no problems, but you chose problems. So everything that happens from now on is basically your fault. So when Hugo's powers reawaken, oh surprise, surprise, death and destruction return in a flood of devouring wrath Splattercats you probably all know from the first part of this beautiful game. Forced to flee once more, you place your hopes in a prophesized island that may hold the key to saving Hugo. The game will let you know the price of saving those you love in a desperate struggle for survival, and you ain't gonna like it. You will strike from the shadows or unleash hell, overcoming foes and challenges with a variety of weapons, tools and unearthly powers. People on Steam are talking that this game will make you cry, mostly because of the story, but a tear or two will also drop when you realize that the game is super slow and your movement speed is even slower. Despite that, Plague Tale Requiem has about 90% of positive reviews, and if you like story-rich adventure games, it's a must-play sooner or later.
And meow. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and subscribe.